we're back. I'm going to flip those screens around. Good start, Andy.
Flip the screens around. Oh, just so you can see yourself.
Just so I have a paranoia about not actually recording. So
Yeah.
the screens around, I can see that it's recording.
Fair
I'm like a goldfish. I forget every 2 minutes. Did you know goldfish are actually really intelligent?
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
always. I think isn't their memory longer than
longer than
humans?
ours. Yeah.
No, their attention span is longer than ours. So
Oh, well, that's not hard with me.
it's not hard with anyone these days.
Yeah, bloody TikTok generation.
Just blame TikTok for that. But we're back in our usual setup. Andy's back cooking
Something
some
random.
dinner from fridge leftovers, and I'm back drinking wine.
How'd your challenge go, babe?
The challenge actually went really well.
Well done.
Yeah, I did well, and I didn't miss it as much as I thought that I would. I enjoyed having 6 weeks not drinking. I definitely had to find other things to keep myself occupied on a Friday afternoon. But yeah, it was actually pretty easy, to be honest. But I am excited to be drinking again. Having wine again. Because I had still bought a couple along the way and sitting there waiting for me to drink it once I stopped. So yeah, as you can see, I've already started.
What are you drinking, Katelyn?
Well, I'll just wait for you to sort your bowls out.
You can carry on.
So I am drinking a Grenache. So this is from Ochota Barrels, which is a winemaker. They're actually based in Adelaide Hills, but these grapes are from McLaren Vale. This is actually one of the last bottles that I bought when I was working at Market Wine Store. So it's been here with me for about probably 2 years. This is the 2021 Fugazi Grenache. Incredible winemakers from McLaren Vale, Taras and Amber. Unfortunately, Taras passed away in 2020, I think it was. But it's definitely left a legacy, and Amber is keeping that legacy going. I really love Grenache. You know, sometimes I don't feel like a Pinot and a Gamay, not feeling something so light. Like I want something a little bit more body.
You want to feel something.
I want to feel something. So I feel like Grenache is such a good wine for that. You can still have it by itself.
Is Grenache French?
No.
Spanish?
Well, a lot of people think it's French, but it's Spanish. Yeah, originally from Spain, but a lot of it is grown in France in Châteauneuf-du-Pape.
Châteauneuf-du-Pape.
And the best Grenache, in my opinion, and a lot of others, I think, is coming from McLaren Vale in South Australia. So,
ooh, the best.
Yeah.
But is that Australian wine writers that think that though, or is it?
That's me. No, it is. It actually is. McLaren Vale is well known for its great Grenache. Another winemaker, SC Panel, Steve Panel, makes some incredible Grenache from the region. And I have a bottle, and it's quite a fun bottle actually. So I'll show you that one as well.
Well, you do love a fun bottle.
I love a fun bottle.
Well, I love the teaser.
But I haven't been able to open this one because it is such a fun bottle.
Oh, Katelyn, this is a family show.
Sorry, what do you call it? When they said like,
Dunno.
I don't know. Anyway, so this is Steve Panel's 2020 Clusterfuck.
Katelyn, we don't swear on our YouTube channels.
I think it was inspired by the cluster FUCK that was COVID. So that's another one, but I haven't been able to open it just because I love the bottle. Anyway, and then yes, this is the Ochota Barrels Fugazi. I've had a few of their wines and they've all been pretty incredible. So if you want to try South Australian wine, McLaren Vale or Adelaide Hills wine, check out. I would definitely recommend them. And what are you cooking?
I don't really know. I'm cooking a Tartine, which is a fancy way of saying a steak sandwich. Well, not necessarily steak. A tartine is just an oven sandwich, but
Is it Tartine?
Tartine.
Tartine. tartine. I thought you were going to make a tart.
So I thought with, given the time of year, the next few videos will be all about leftovers. So it's me cooking what's in my fridge.
Great.
So I have some leftover steak from a video we did with Alexandra the Great the other day. Volkanovski. I have some silverbeet that's looking a bit meh. Our parsley in our garden's going ballistic and I can't use it fast enough. And so our chilies, I won't have too much chili though. So I'm going to do some, and I got some bread the other day from AP Bakery in Sydney. I love these guys. This is like their fenugreek loaf. It's delicious. I smuggled it back to Queensland across the border. I didn't realise, I was speaking to the guy there the other day. I think his name was Joe. Shout out to Joe if you're watching. They grow their own wheat, mill their own wheat. So
amazing.
Start to finish.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's a great bakery.
It's fantastic, really good.
I did ask you to bring me back a pastry.
But you asked me once, I'd been there.
Ah.
Yeah, so wasn't gonna go back.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna grill a couple of pieces of these bread, do some sautéed silverbeet, make a little chimichurri, bit of mayonnaise, simple stuff.
Okay.
Simple, keep it simple.
I like simple stuff. I love a good sandwich. Oh,
Tartine.
Tartine.
It's not a sanger, it's a tartine.
Tartine. Okay.
Yeah. What else has been going on, Katelyn?
It's very rainy today.
It's been horrible. All day.
Yeah, my washing is not going to dry on the line.
It's outrageous.
It's been very miserable. But the garden's going off because it's rainy and then it's sunny the next day and then it's rainy. So
the parsley.
The garden is loving it. What else is going on? I don't know. Duck's pretty boring today.
Yeah.
Just been napping on and off. Yeah, and we're coming to the end of the year, which is so weird. Tomorrow is December.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
It's really scary. Yeah. So we have three more weeks or 2.5 weeks of filming content left, and
2.5.
And then we close up the studio for 2 weeks. Everyone has a little break, which is nice. Yeah.
Will be nice.
Will be lovely. What have you been up to?
Had a busy week last week. I always say that. I need to stop saying that. Catelyn always yells at me. Don't say you had a busy week. You've always had a busy week. You're not important.
What is your week? We know your week is busy. What else is in your week?
I had an eventful week this week.
Okay.
What did we do?
You did.
We were on the last weekend. We were in Sydney Friday, Melbourne Saturday, Sunday. Back to the sunny coast Sunday.
Yes.
Filmed Monday and Tuesday. Flew back to Sydney on Wednesday, and presented an award at the TikTok Awards.
How was the TikTok Awards?
TikTok Awards was the TikTok Awards.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like your For You page in real life.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's my third one, so I know a lot of people there now, and like I know all the TikTok team, and I know I've got my favorite creators that I kind of have a relationship with and hang out with. So it's always good to catch up with those people. It's like, it feels like the TikTok Christmas party kind of.
Who's your favorite creator?
I can't pick favorites. There's heaps. Brad Canning, who I've known for years, since before I made content, he's always one of my favorites. I catch up with him quite a lot.
I love Brad.
Something about Tim, is that his user handle?
100% Tim.
That
Tim, yeah.
He's a comedian and he's hilarious.
Was he dressed up this time?
Yeah, kind of, not really. Yeah. Who else was there? Tom, what's his last? Sullivan?
Yeah,
Smallwood. Tom Smallwood, another food creator. Caught up with him. I saw Chebo from across the room and then was like, I need to go speak to him later, and then the day dismissed him. So
Did he have his food truck there again?
He had his truck there again,
Nice.
yeah. No, I didn't manage to eat a burger.
I feel like they saved us last year.
They did, yeah. Well, we kind of cheated and crashed the line.
Yeah, the line was so big for his burger van.
I met All Day, his real name is Tom. Apologies, Tom, if you're watching this. I've forgotten your last name. Rapper out of South Australia, I think. He was really cool. Outback Tom, hung out with him. He's always a good time. And his granddad. Who else did I hang out with? Sassy Scott and
Luke.
Hung out with those guys for a bit. Met Robert Irwin for the first time. He was a gentleman.
Yeah. Good family, that one.
Yeah,
Locals.
He is his father's son, isn't he? Charismatic.
Yeah.
Friendly. Nice guy.
Yeah, he seems lovely.
He's lovely. Who else did I hang out with? Saw Jojo Sewell perform, rehearse.
Yeah, it's so random that they got her out.
Very random, but whatever.
Yeah.
To be fair, the girl can perform. Oh, Cyril. I met Cyril.
Performing since she's been, 2 years old, right? Yeah. So, who's Cyril?
Cyril's the DJ, kind of come up massively in the last year. He remixes like older tracks with with like house music and stuff.
Yeah.
But we've been chatting for a while, so I actually got to meet him, which was nice.
Yeah.
Trying to do a video with him at some point next year.
Very nice.
And then Thursday flew back to the Sunshine Coast and did a collab with Alex Volkanovski, the UFC fighter, who we've also been chatting for ages, and we finally linked up. He came here. We cooked a bunch of steaks outside. It was ripping hot, but that was a lot of fun. Him and his whole team were legends, so shout out to those lads.
That'll be a good video.
Yeah, be a couple of good videos in that one.
Lunch was delicious.
Lunch was meaty.
So what are you doing here? You've got your silver beet ends?
The whites of the silver beet, I've just diced them. Just going to saute them simply. I'd usually put garlic and onions in here. Probably been a bit lazy, I probably should have onions, but I'm not going to do garlic because I'm making chimichurri and there will be a lot of garlic in that.
Okay.
I probably should have done onions though, but that's all right.
I can chop it for you. I know how to chop an onion now.
It's too late, I should have gone on with that.
Okay.
Yeah. She can't chop an onion.
Hey, there was lots of compliments and lots of comments about my crying.
You're crying.
Yeah.
So then we've got 2 weeks now, full time on the coast, which is nice. I like being here. I miss my routine when I'm away.
Yeah, the coast is great.
So a couple of weeks here and then So here is some ebony ribeye, or cube roll, whatever you want to call it. Scotch fillet, lots of different names. People get very upset when you call it certain things and they go, it's not what that is. Well, it is what that is, just maybe not where you're from. I don't want to, this is like nicely cooked, it's like still blushing pink, so I don't want to like cook it, but I don't want it cold, so I've got the oven on. I'm just going to like, just slightly warm it through the oven.
Okay.
It will lose a bit of its pinkiness, but that's okay.
Yep.
This is about using up leftovers. So the reason I did this is because I think like sandwiches are one of the best ways to use up leftovers, especially leftover meat. So when you're thinking about how to create a delicious sandwich with what you've got at hand, you just got to think of a few things. You're going to need some fiber in there because health. So there's lots of different ways you can get veg in there. Sauteing veg is like a really great way to do it. I need to wash that. It's a really great way to do it.
Do you want me to wash it?
Oh, sure. And then you're going to need to think about kind of moisture. So that's why I'm going to put mayonnaise on the bottom of this bread. And then you need to think about your acid. So where's your acid coming from? Salt's easy, you just season it nicely at the end. But where's your acid coming from? The acid for us is going to come from the chimichurri. This chimichurri is parsley, chili, garlic, dried oregano, and red wine vinegar, bit of salt. So you cover those bases. You've got meat. Well, you don't even need to have meat, but you've got, you know, your roast pumpkin or something like that, or avocado. Some kind of fiber in there to try and make it an actual meal as opposed to just a sandwich. Not that a sandwich isn't just a meal. And that can be anything. It can be sautéed veg. I love doing sautéed greens like this on my steak sandwiches. And then where's your acid coming from? So that could be simple as just like squeezing some lemon juice on top of something. Yeah, and I think a tartine or an open sandwich is a great format for leftover sandwiches because you can kind of make it look a bit pretty, but you do have to eat it with a knife and fork, which some people will find blasphemy. But
you do, this sandwich?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could do it without it, but
bit of a jawbreaker.
not a jawbreaker, just annoying. And I did pretty much make this exact sandwich filming in Kilcoy on Friday, so if you see that short come out, you can be like, I saw that on the other channel too.
I've already made it.
I already made it.
It is delicious.
Duck's just left the building. Too loud for him, he's out of here.
Oh, maybe coming around for some scraps.
No, I think he's gone to bed.
Gone? All right. See you, Duck.
So it's really important with silver beet or Swiss chard or anything like that, that you cook the white part out, or the coloured part, whatever colour it is, before you put the greens in, because it will take a lot longer to cook. It's quite fibrous, which is also why I like to kind of cut it pretty small.
I love silver beet.
It is good. I think we grew up eating heaps of silver beet. Always like in mashed potatoes. That's a Dutch thing, I think, isn't it? Well, you wouldn't know.
I'm not Dutch, so
You're
I
not
wouldn't
Dutch.
know.
No.
I just grew up with a lot of lettuce and spinach.
Because when did kale come on the
flavour.
scene? Kale wasn't until... I didn't see kale until I was an adult.
Depends on what kind of family you grew up in.
I didn't see kale till I was in...
I love kale though. You have to saute it or pan fry it, whatever.
No, I made that raw kale salad this week. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
You just got to cut it small.
Cut it small, and then what did you put in it?
Just dressed it with like pomegranate and nuts and lemon juice.
Well, I did eat that raw kale when we were in WA for my breakfast, but I didn't dress it with anything, and it's pretty bitter. But I do like it just, you don't even have like a little bit of oil just in the pan. It's so much better than spinach and rocket. Blech.
So you don't like rocket,
I hate
that's
rocket.
just personal preference thing.
Yeah.
It's not actually valid.
Rocket on pizza.
I do agree, that's a shit idea.
Like, why?
Oh, why are we so sweary today? Very naughty.
End of the year.
End of the year.
We're just relaxing a little bit more.
Yeah. We don't swear on it. It's one of my rules about social media. I try not to swear. I swear like a sailor in real life, but I try and keep it inclusive, because I think as soon as you start swearing it, you cut yourself
you
off.
think you do have people of all ages watching this.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of kids that watch my shorts and stuff, so you got to be respectful. Yeah.
Responsible. So we do have some questions from the onion video for you.
Sure.
So
I don't know what these are, so Katelyn never asked me, and I get nervous because.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't think they're too hard. You'll be fine. So would you store a half or a pre-cut onion at room temperature as well?
No.
You toss those in the fridge?
Yeah, in the fridge. And onions are pretty... I wouldn't keep onions for long in the fridge either. They kind of go off pretty quickly and go mank pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge advocate for wasting food, but onions grow pretty easily and they're pretty cheap usually. So yeah, I would avoid keeping onions in the fridge more than 36 hours.
Okay. There was a lot of back and forth around not pre-cut, but like onions and where people store them. And I think it was very dependent on where you live. Like a lot of people in like far north Queensland were saying it's just too hot to keep them at room temp. So
fair enough.
Do you have any special chef tips for getting rid of onion and garlic smell from your fingers?
No. Wash your hands.
He just lives with it, to be honest. They don't notice.
No, it's also the sharp knife thing.
Right.
Like if you've got a sharp knife, they're less, the cells break less, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Which means it should be slightly less smelly. Should be.
Is there any point in time where you would blitz onions instead of chopping? What are the end results of either way?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I'm like, I know there's like a lot of people who have disabilities or like who, for arthritis or whatever, right? That struggle using knives. So don't let that stop you from cooking. Use a small food processor. I'll show you what one would work. These work well. This is like a small food processor. Lid on it, blitz it. You'll find a lot of Italians when they're making their sugo or when they're making their mirepoix, if they're like old school Italians and they're mincing their own meat, they'll just mince the garlic and carrots and onions as well with the meat.
Yeah, right.
Or they'll mince their meat and then they'll mince their sugo and then cook that out. Yeah, especially if you're doing something like that where it can be fine. Look, I encourage you, if you're able to, use a knife and learn how to do it. If you're not able to, don't let that stop you. Now, what is not being able to define? If you're really time poor, if you've got kids running around and you're like, Andy, I can't take an hour to learn how to cut an onion every night. Well, she's one of these. But it's going to be inconsistent. That's the issue, right?
Right.
So it's inconsistent. It cooks inconsistently. And I guess the counter argument to if you're a busy person, you're like, I'm too busy to learn. You see how fast I do it. Like it's faster for me to hand cut 2 onions than to get a machine out and clean it.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand that I have been cooking for...
People can get there. Get the same chopping levels.
I'm also no like... No, I was going to say I'm no expert, but I probably kind of am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're all right.
Thanks, babe. You're all right.
This is unrelated to chopping onions. I notice when you mix or whisk, you go anti-clockwise. Is this something to do with living in the southern hemisphere, which is the correct way? Clockwise? Maybe you should do a poll just for fun.
I don't think it matters.
Okay, do you?
There's some recipes. What was it the other day? I was reading a recipe and it was like, I think it was a Thai sticky rice recipe, and someone was like, you have to stir it clockwise. But I think it's about stirring it one direction is important rather than not going back and forth, so you don't break up the grains and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you just kind of have this hard and fast rule of you're only doing it clockwise.
Surely the grains don't know
what direction.
if you're going clockwise or anti-clockwise.
I reckon there's people out there that are like, they do know.
I feel like I always do figure 8. That's just what my mum taught me when I'm like mixing.
Figure 8.
Figure 8. I don't know where she got that from. Or maybe it was in a recipe book somewhere.
Yeah.
Mixing a figure 8.
Mixing a figure 8.
I don't know. Do you do clockwise or anti-clockwise?
I feel like I do clockwise, but I could be wrong.
You do clockwise as
this
well.
way, that's clockwise, isn't it?
That is clockwise. Maybe it shows up to... No, it won't be
it might be
reversed.
reversing the camera, yeah.
Anyway, I don't think it's just different for the southern hemisphere. Are you doing any Christmas special videos?
Yes. Every year I do a Christmas video. So I'm doing currently a series on shorts, which is kind of tanking to be honest, but holiday munchies. So it's like snack food. So I guess canapes, like things that you can make if you're having friends over, not like actual meals. So go watch those because they really need the views. And then we do our annual kind of long form YouTube video on the main channel. So this year we're doing it on lamb. So we're doing a roast lamb this year. Potatoes, little beetroot salad. What else? Gravy, obviously. Got a special gravy video coming out on shorts too. Top secret.
Video.
That's why I was in Sydney. Top secret.
That doesn't come out till mid
21st.
No, I think the 19th of December.
Right. Top secret.
Yeah, your Christmas videos are always really good. The YouTube one, because it's just how you cook.
Yeah, how I
Christmas
cook
lunch
Christmas
or dinner.
Yes,
one video.
Because Christmas is all, people freak out because they don't understand why. They're not used to cooking for big groups of people. So the thing, the biggest tip, and I'm giving away the video, but the biggest tip is just to make sure that you're prepared as possible and think like a restaurant.
Yeah.
So you're just getting as much ready ahead of time as you can. It's the most important thing. And by ahead of time, I mean the day before or a couple of days before even.
Okay.
Oh, it's garlicky. Yum.
Chefs love their garlic.
It's good.
Sometimes it's a little too much.
No, you'll be fine. So that's hot, and you can see it's definitely changed colour, but it will still be like nice and juicy and
Smells
moist in
good.
there.
That's why ducks come out. You can smell the meat, buddy.
Smell the meat.
It's not your dinner. Katelyn, I need orange wine recommendations. Something.
Katelyn hates orange wine.
Pardon? What'd you say?
I said you hate orange wine.
That's a lie.
You never
Something
drink it.
skin on. I do all the time. Well, no, I wouldn't say all the time.
How many bottles of orange wine have you got in your wine fridge?
Maybe one.
Where?
I can pull it out. I had one. We went when we were in WA. I actually had my favourite one. Well,
She can't even.
I would call it. You could call them orange or ambers.
Oh.
See, same thing. Skin on. I did have one of my favourites the other week when we were in WA. We went to Cullen.
We went to WA.
We did. We went to Margaret River. Went to Cullen Winery. Met Vanya Cullen, the winemaker.
She was a legend.
She's incredible. Great style. And their Cullen, I think it's called Willowbrook Amber. Delicious. Very easy to drink. Skin on, but not overly funky or fruity. It's still very, very clean. So that is one I always recommend. Another one is Latta Vino. So they're coming out of Victoria. They have one, I think it's called Rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake, that's a good name.
Rattlesnake, yeah, it's quite good. And then Ravensworth. They have lots of different wines, and I actually love all of their wines. But they have another one. They have two ambers. I think like it's a Pinot Gris amber, so skin on. But it's not. I also don't like the ones that are overly fruity and super cloudy and funky and really just kind of taste like juice. I still like it to taste like wine. So they would be some of my recommendations.
We went to Margaret River.
We did go to Margaret River.
It was beautiful. We went there for a food festival called Paired. It was a great festival, actually. We hung out with my mate Ben Sherry and met a gentleman by the name of Grant Smiley for the first time, who's a legendary DJ and
So lovely.
an amazing restaurateur.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was heaps of fun.
Yeah, it was. And then went to this incredible lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Was that I guess
Forest.
you could say rainforest?
Nah.
Australian
It was in
sort
the
of forest.
It's in the bush.
It was on a private property. It was amazing. And they had the ex-head of the fermentation lab of Noma, the ex-head chef of Noma, and another guy that also worked at Noma but now has a restaurant in Margaret River.
Yeah.
They did a lunch and it was
Amazing.
beautiful.
And they teamed out with the local mob, and they went foraging for all the ingredients, like in the days
Zach.
leading up. Zach, he was a
Yeah.
legend. He was a very knowledgeable man.
Yeah.
Very cool. Shout out to
It's
Paired. Thanks for
beautiful.
that. That was
really
fun.
beautiful part of Australia. I've never been.
Yeah, it was stunning.
Really, really stunning. We stayed at Bunkers Bay. We did a kind of walk along the beach. You went for a run. I did a little bit of hike around the coastline. Really stunning part of Australia. It was lovely.
And the food scene was amazing.
Yeah. What was that little
Tiny place. Oh, we went to this place called Dal
Daddy?
Daddy. And it was this dude who, Burmese, was he Burmese? He was making this delicious Burmese food, and he was like under the pump, and we showed up, and he's just like, oh, I can cook you guys something, and he like made us these salads, and there was this,
So good.
the most delicious salad that I've ever had. It's probably a little bit of a stretch, but it's certainly one up there. It had this amazing fermented tea leaf like dressing. It was incredible. I'd never had that flavour before, so.
Yeah, it was a very cool time.
It's lovely.
It was lovely. What are you cooking for Christmas lunch?
I don't know. I was thinking the other day about doing a beef Wellington actually.
Oh.
But then I realised there's quite a few people at the house this year.
There is more than the usual.
So
Or
maybe
three
not.
more.
Maybe not. But we keep it pretty simple. Some kind of roast meat, some salads, roast potatoes, of course, gravy.
Well, we do a seafood course
Seafood course.
before lunch. Get the good old mulba prawns, Lots of that.
Lots of that jazz.
Yeah, and then Mum's looking after desserts.
Very good.
Yeah.
What do you want? Some steak.
Smells good. Right, all right, so you got your bread on?
No more questions? Cause
No, that's it. That's it.
protein presses are great for even toasting.
Yeah.
We have some protein presses at the moment, but I'm
do.
hesitant to say anything because I feel like they might sell out again.
But
we haven't even talked about it.
I know. Well, let's talk about it. So the protein presses finally came back in stock on Thursday.
No, already almost sold out.
We are down to, so when this comes out, they're probably gone. Apologies. But we do have more coming in. So we're down to 90. There's 90 left currently. This is Saturday, 6:30 p.m. But we do have another drop coming in 2 weeks' time. So we had to split it so we could get a drop here slightly earlier because we do have a lot of people from the UK and the US that were trying to get them ahead of Christmas for gifts. So we split the order and had the first bit come in on Thursday and the second bit will be here in 2 weeks. So if you really wanted one and it's sold out by the time this video goes live, they will be back in, we think, the 13th of December, but it's just depending if
the stars align.
Yeah, everything works out and they get finished and here in time. So fingers crossed. But it's been great. It's been the most popular item.
By far, we can't keep up.
Yeah, it's just awesome. It's amazing. Yum. Could have just stopped with butter on bread and I would have been happy.
I just do it for the community, you know?
Yeah.
So how many weeks until we're going to take a break from this, aren't we, over Chrissy?
Oh, yes, we will. So we have 3 more including this one. So we have this one and then there'll be 2 more weeks of vlogs, well, of
whatever
these
this is.
videos. Yeah, not really vlogs. Cook-alongs, I don't know, cook and chat, cook, drink and chat. And then we're going to take a break because it's time for a little
rest,
little break, little time away from, we love doing these, but we do them on the weekend and we just need a little, rest from everything so we can
main channel still
come back next year all refreshed.
Usual programming every Sunday.
Yes, the main channel will stay the same. And and we're also just trying to figure out what we're going to do with this channel next year.
Yeah.
Unsure, question mark.
Let us know. I hate when people say that. Let us know in the comments what you want to see from us next year. More of this.
One thing we were really surprised when we were in WA, a lot of the people, we met a lot of couples.
Shout out to those legends.
That they all talked about watching back of house, which is really cool because I think a lot of the time when we meet people in person, it's always, they talk about videos on the main channel. Yeah. And we were surprised at how many couples
so
watching
if you spoke to us,
yes,
thank you. Thank you for your conversations and thank you for your support. We love WA and we love the Margaret River region.
Yeah. It was a fun event. It was fun meeting everyone.
Yeah.
It was cool. This is going to be hard to eat. Yeah, I get why you said knife and fork.
This is a knife and fork dish.
It looks so good though. That little nose is going.
Went a bit hard on the. I reckon you'll like this because it's lots of vinegar.
Lots of vinegar? I actually love vinegar.
Cool.
Incredible.
Steak tartine, silverbeet, chimichurri.
Yum.
Let's pause the video quickly, take a thumbnail,
and then
we'll come back.
That's
we won't eat on camera because everyone gets angry when we eat on camera. We'll have one mouthful. One mouthful.
You're gonna have to put up with my chewing noises. Time to eat.
Time to eat.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Not even for the steak, for the sourdough.
No, it's soft. It's not that bad, the sourdough.
You reckon?
No, it's good.
Okay.
All right, this is your warning if you're not a fan of chewing noises. Oh, let's do this.
Pop it down. Sorry if you're a fan of chewing noises. That was easy to cut. Or maybe these knives just really good.
Katelyn bought me the knives. Katelyn bought me the knives.
That's very good. That's very good. Yeah, that's really tasty.
Yummy, huh?
Yeah, really good. This,
I think it's everything. The bread's good.
the bread's got good flavour.
The fenugreek is really nice. Good char on it. There you go.
Yum.
And
That's
steak
delicious.
tartine. Use this idea and run with it this holiday season. Everything's good on a piece of bread.
I agree.
Thank you,
All right.
legends. We'll see you next week for another leftovers idea, whatever I can rustle up from the fridge.
Whatever comes tonight. Oh, maybe I should purposely leave certain leftovers in the fridge.
Peace.
Bye.